This is the situation right now. We found them right behind like the headboard. They're in the corner. And we tried like cleaning everything, but obviously it's not going to be enough. We bought some like bug spray for them. We like sprayed everything, but obviously not enough. So we're gonna have to leave the apartment for a few days until they can deep clean everything. Yay. Get this one and the mushroom one because I love mushroom. Spicy though, so we'll see. I don't remember when was the last time I filmed. I haven't filmed or edited for the past probably 10 days. I'm very behind on my uploads as well, but there's a legitimate reason for it. And the reason is we encountered bedbugs at the Airbnb we were staying at. As you can see, we're at a different place. We've run through 4 different Airbnbs over the last week. For a reason. One of them was the Airbnb we were staying at before, which we were supposed to stay in until we left for South Korea in a couple of weeks. But unfortunately, my friend found bedbugs in the bed. And so we had to get out of there ASAP. We booked another place in the center where we could stay for a few days until the host could solve the issue back at the Airbnb. And like we made sure not to bring a lot of stuff with us. And since we had to find and book something very quickly because we found this at around, I think it was 6 p.m. on Monday of last week. Today's Monday again. So yeah, it's been an entire week since that happened. We found the bedbugs at around 6 p.m., meaning we could not sleep in that Airbnb calmly, at least. So we had very few hours to find some other place to stay in for a few days, just until the host could like solve the issue. And so long story short, we found a place in the center that had no reviews in Airbnb, but the host did have some fairly good reviews from other places that they had. So we were like, you know what, let's just go for this, let's just trust it, which was a bad idea because the pictures did not look exactly like the place. Like the pictures were like very professionally edited, you know, like the place looked very modern, very clean, so full of like light. We were like in love with it when we saw the pictures. And then when we arrived there that night, the place looked worn down, kind of dirty as well. We found 2 cockroaches, one in the kitchen and one in the bathroom, and an additional spider in the shower. And that was just like within 2 hours before we went to bed. So we didn't feel very comfortable staying in that place. And so that made us decide to leave the next morning. And so we went to another Airbnb nearby where we stayed for a few days. We really liked that place, but the issue was they did not have washing machines in there. They had a laundry place in the like apartment complex, but you had to pay per kilo to wash your stuff. And with bed bugs, what you have to do is treat all of your stuff as if it's infested and wash everything that you can at a very high temperature to make sure that you kill all of the bugs and eggs that could be possibly hiding in your clothes and all of your stuff. So we didn't have a washing machine that we could use easily, but we waited there for a few days. We were chatting back and forth with our host in her defense and in their defense, because it's like a group of people, but we were talking to a particular woman. In their defense, they did act very quickly. The thing is, they told us that they had treated and disinfected the bed area the next day that it happened. Like, this happened on Monday, right? So on Tuesday, when we were in the first Airbnb that we didn't like, she told us that, the bed area had been disinfected and another group of cleaners would go back to the apartment to deep clean everything and stuff. But we asked her, like, what about the couch? Because obviously we walked from the bed to the couch in our pajamas and stuff. So the couch was probably infected as well. And we asked her, but she didn't really answer that question. She answered some other things that we sent her in our message, but not that particular question. And then we went to this other Airbnb. We continued talking to her, and we kept asking her, what about the couch? Like, could you please confirm with us if the couch has been treated? Then we later realized that the curtains were probably infected as well. So we were constantly asking her if she could confirm that everything had been treated and disinfected, not just the bed area, because we didn't feel very safe coming back to that apartment from everything we read online. Because apparently, if you don't know, bed bugs are a very hard pest to get rid of. Once an area gets infected, probably other areas are infected as well. It's hell. It's hell on earth. And so we just wanted to make sure that the place was super safe to go back to. Because we wanted to do everything on our side with our clothes and with our stuff to make sure, that we washed everything, we disinfected everything, to not bring anything back to Spain with us. But we couldn't be sure that we could do that if the place was not 100% disinfected. And she kept sort of avoiding answering that particular question about the couch and about the curtains. So we eventually just told her, hey, we don't feel really safe going back to the apartment, so we'll probably just talk to Airbnb support, because we were just talking to the host separately. And, that's when they became really I don't know if anxious is the right word, but they started answering us really, really fast, because they sometimes took an entire day to answer our questions. But as soon as we mentioned going to Airbnb support, they immediately were answering everything and stuff. But we reached a point there where we didn't feel like we could trust their word exactly. If they told us, yes, everything has been treated, how could we know for sure, if we've been trying to ask you about this for the last few days and you've been avoiding answering that question, how can we trust that everything has been treated properly, right? So eventually we just reached the decision, and we told them to just cancel the rest of our stay in that place, to give us a refund for those weeks that we were not going to be there, and just go somewhere else. Because that way, we defended it this way, if we bring one of these bugs to Spain with us and we've gone back to the apartment, we won't be able to know who's really responsible for it, if it was our fault for not washing and disinfecting everything properly, or your fault because the place was not correctly disinfected and treated. So we told them that we preferred to just cancel the rest of our stay, go somewhere else. And that way we would make sure that if anything travels back with us, it will be on us, because we didn't clean or disinfect our stuff properly. And that's sort of where we're at right now. She accepted to cancel the rest of her stay and give us a refund. And we had to leave that second apartment because someone had already booked the place after we're supposed to check out. We were thinking of staying there, but again, there was no washing machine inside of the apartment. So we had to look for another place to stay at. And that's where we're in right now. And as soon as we arrived yesterday, this was yesterday, so we've been spending the entire week going back and forth between Airbnbs and the host and everything. It's been like super stressful to deal with this because all of our things, or like most of our things, were back in the apartment. We couldn't really wear a lot of clothes or anything, like only those when you were safe to wear, and not really knowing when we could go back, when we could, go back to normal life here in Kuala Lumpur. So yesterday, finally, we had to check out from that other place, go back to the first Airbnb we were staying at, take all of our stuff, put it in bags, put it in our suitcases, take all of our food with us as well, because like our kitchen cabinets were like full of like cereal and, oil, sauces, spices, everything. So we had to clean everything out from that apartment and then come to this one, which is where we're going to stay until we leave for South Korea in a couple of weeks. And as soon as we arrived yesterday, like we made sure to quarantine everything, that we aren't sure if it's infected or not. Everything for the time being is staying in the bathroom with no like fabrics or textiles anywhere near. We sprayed like a bug disinfectant all over the suitcases. We're not sure if it's going to do anything, but it's better to try at least, because we're not sure what to do with the suitcases. They're really big. We have 2 big ones and 2 small ones. Right now they're confined in the bathroom, but we're not really sure what to do with them to like make sure they're completely disinfected. But at least what we're doing right now is just wash every single piece of clothing that we have at high temperatures in the washing machine. We're really lucky. We saw that there was a washing machine in the apartment, but what we didn't know is that it's a washer/dryer. It's taking forever to wash everything, but at least we have some cleaner clothes now. And we feel like we can slowly go back to normalcy, and just cross our fingers that we're doing everything right and correctly. As far as we've read online, we're following all like precautions about it. I'm just kind of paranoid right now because I don't really want to bring a bedbug infestation with me to Spain, because that's really, really expensive to get rid of and stressful, as we're already seeing right now. And it's not even our place. Like, we only have to disinfect the items that we have here with us, but not the entire place. So I can't imagine having to, contact a professional to come treat your place and all of the costs that come with that. Like, I'm really, really praying that this issue will not go any further than here. And yeah, we're just making sure not to infect anything and being very careful about it. So that has been our week. I didn't really film anything. But anyway, I think I'm gonna go out in a little bit now that I can, now that I have proper clean clothes to wear. And until we have to leave to South Korea, I'll try and see as much as I can of the city that I haven't seen yet. There's some places that I still haven't visited. This is, I didn't show the apartment, but this is it. This living room area, I'm in love with it. This fake plant, I'm in love with it. I really like how this looks. Like, I thought fake plants would look faker than this one does, at least. And since I have cats, I can't really have normal plants in my house because they eat them and they look awful afterwards. So I might get one of those. I really had my eye on like an olive tree, sort of like this one, to have inside the house. And I really like the look of that. Also these frames. Also that little couch. Looks kind of like a bunny thing. I'm getting so many ideas. I'm gonna turn my apartment back in Spain into this Airbnb, basically. Here's the quarantine area. here's some stuff that couldn't go in the washing machine or the freezer. So I just put everything in these bags with some like tape on top so nothing can get in nor get out. And these are our suitcases. They've been confined here for the last day. While we took everything out, we sprayed all of them on the outside with this bug killer. It does say that it's for bed bugs as well, so we're gonna pray that's true. So we left them here overnight, all sprayed, and right now we're gonna quarantine them as well with some garbage bags and leave them covered for an entire week with the bags and some tape as well. And yeah, hopefully that will be enough. We still have some stuff here that we're gonna clean after our last load, but yeah, this is everything we're doing. Hopefully it's gonna be enough. Oh, hello there. So I'm gonna explore the facilities floor, see what's in there. Do you see that pool behind me? Oh my god. We're gonna try it out one of these days before we leave to South Korea, but it's so nice having a space like this in the same building that you live in. Because if you want to just relax, get some fresh air outside of your apartment, you can just do it without leaving the building. It's so cool. I love building structures in Malaysia. I'm sure that not all buildings have this, but out of all of the Airbnbs that I've stayed at, they've all had a facilities floor full of greenery, with a pool, with a children's playground. It's so nice. I wish Spain did this with their own buildings. It's not gonna happen, or they're gonna be super expensive, but a girl can dream, you know? Oh my god, there's hammocks? There's a space with hammocks. That's so cool. I actually really like this frame. You'll have to forgive me for wearing the same shirt as I did yesterday, because I literally have no bras ready to wear right now, and so I can only wear like big flowy t-shirts. But I've spent the morning alone today because Lourdes had a medical appointment to go to. And you know, I had so many things in my mind today about things that I have to do. I have to do a lot of edits. I still have some projects to work on to be able to earn some money remotely, as I've been doing for the last few months. And I also have to finish checking some of my stuff from the bigger suitcase. There's only like 10 days. And I also have some places that I want to visit around the city, which I still haven't been able to. And, you know, I woke up with a lot of things in my head today. And I realized something, which is that not ever since I came here, like even months before that, I've been non-stop working and stressing and unable to stop thinking constantly about what I have to do. And it's always been, I have to do this, I have to do this other thing. And it never really ends. And that's stressful. That's stressful in a way. But what I realized today by being alone here, I told myself, because I caught myself, in this never-ending cycle of I have to do all of these things, and I sort of became overwhelmed at one point this morning. And I was alone here. And I stopped for a second. I was looking out the window, seeing Kuala Lumpur on the other side of it. And I thought to myself how I'm literally living the life that I've wanted to live for the past years, where I don't really have a job that forces me to be in a specific place, going to a specific office. I can move around freely. I can travel. I'm literally living in another country. I've lived in another country for the past 2 months, and I'm going to be in another one next week. And I feel like I haven't really stopped to appreciate the life that I'm living right now. Like, I've been so stressed in my head about all of these things that I have to do, that I haven't really stopped to appreciate where I am right now, which is an insane lifestyle to live that a lot of people wish they could live, but they can't. And it's crazy that I've been here for the past 2 months, and it's only hitting me today, having 10 days left in this country, that I'm here in this present moment, living the life that I had wanted to live forever, and I'm not living in it. I'm not appreciating it as I should. It's not that I'm not appreciating it, it's just that I'm not stopping to appreciate it. I'm not stopping to even think about it. Like I've been here for the last 2 months, and I've only been worrying about working and editing and filming and which places I have to visit next, but I'm not living in it. I'm not living in the life that I'm in right now, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope it does. And so I only really realized this when I stopped to do a little meditation to sort of ground myself again, stop the overthinking, which I do a lot of. And I looked out the window and I thought, holy moly, to not swear, what is my life right now? I've wasted the last 2 months, not really wasted, but like time moves so fast. And my last 2 months here have moved so fast. And this trip is almost ending. And I'm only realizing right now how lucky and grateful I am that I get to do this, at least for the time being, because I'm not sure how my remote sort of job that I'm doing is gonna continue. I've also been a bit stressed about that over the last week and a half. So I think that's also what made me want to stop and just breathe in the moment right now. Breathe here. I feel like we don't do that enough in our daily lives. We're constantly in a go, go, go mindset. And I don't know if this happens to any of you, but I'm someone who sometimes I think, I have to do these things, and I can't wait to sort of be in a place or in a space where everything is up to date. I'm up to date with everything, and there's not really anything left to do until something comes, right? And like, I like to think about that sometimes, but I realize that that moment never really comes, because once you're done with something, there's always something else that comes up or something else to do. And so we're constantly in this go, go, go moving mindset, constantly telling ourselves, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this other thing. And it never stops. And we never stop. At least that's been my experience. So I don't know, being more mindful about where you are right now, whether you're at a place that you like or not. I feel like looking back on my life, there's times and there's specific like things that I've lived through that I do sort of miss, right? And I'm sure that back then I didn't even think that I was gonna miss that specific moment, but now I do. And yeah, I was just thinking about that. I sat down to like journal for a little bit as well, and I was reflecting on this, how I'm probably gonna be missing this little trip that I've done. Little big trip that I've done this year. When I'm older, when I'm reflecting on the things that I've done in my life, I will remember this and I will miss it, and I'll wish that I could come back to this specific moment, even if for just a day, and just relive it again. And I'm sure there's moments like that in all of your lives that we then really stop and appreciate in the moment. So I just wanted to come here and share this little reflection, if you will. We should stop more often. We should allow ourselves to stop more often and truly live by just being, which I think is something we forget a lot. That just being and breathing and existing in this specific moment is enough to appreciate our lives and to appreciate ourselves. We don't need to do anything. We don't need to be doing something to feel worthy or, I don't know, important. And to feel like life is good. Hopefully. Sometimes it isn't. But as long as we're alive, life is or will be good. At some point, there's always good things that come out of it. So yeah, that's your little reminder and reflection of the day while I'm in this trip. I like something that someone said once about changing the way you word things. And instead of saying to yourself, I have to do this thing, changing it to I get to do this thing, right? I have to do a lot of edits. I get to do a lot of edits for my YouTube channel and to share with people maybe on the other side of the planet. I don't know where you guys are from. If you guys have reached this point and want to let me know where you guys are from, that would be really cool to know. But yeah, I get to do so many things around here. And that's what I'm gonna go on to do. I also have to do lunch. I get to make lunch. We need to trick our brains a little more, just to allow ourselves to be and exist. It's literally the only reason we're here in this world. It's just to live and to breathe and to enjoy ourselves while we're here, instead of stressing constantly about everything, which society is not making easy. But as I always say, and I always say this to my friends, so I'm gonna say it to you as well, because I consider you guys my friends as well, we just have to focus on what we can control. Because if you cannot control something, then why worry about it 24/7? You can worry about it a little bit, but like, there's no use in being constantly overthinking and worrying about things that you have no control over. So yeah, just focus on what you can control, what you can change, how you react to things, how you can do things to be a better person tomorrow or to improve your life in some way, and anything else out of your mind, okay? We need to be a little bit kinder with ourselves. I'm gonna do some more things around here with that mindset, which I don't know how long it's gonna last for, but I'll try to remind myself as much as I can. Catch you later.